Estuary News tonight, unearthing sunken vessels in the East Riding and raising aspirations among school pupils in Lincolnshire. And later in tonight's programme, I'll be talking to Jade, Hannath and Sarah Cassells about Fingley's Magic Kingdom. Before that, Beverly rocks with Sally McIntosh. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Wednesday's programme with me, Luke Adams. First tonight, a flood warning's been issued for Bridlington. It comes after high winds and waves are expected up to 7 p.m. tonight, as well as between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow. It could lead to some spray and overtopping. More sunken boats in the River Hull have been found as a result of salvage work to ease flood risk in the area. 10 submerged or partially submerged vessels had been targeted by East Riding Council, but now a further 4 have been found by the team carrying out the work. It's being done by Northern Divers, whose managing director explains the risks involved with leaving abandoned boats in the River Channel.
It'll make a difference purely on the fact that the risk is that if these vessels move, these could potentially block the river, which would severely increase the risk of flooding in the area. We've done, I think, 8 so far, or 9 so far. There's 4 extra ones in that we didn't know were there. We came across them by accident, as in they were either under or next to the sunken vessels which were there. We have this vessel, a wooden snibby, and also the remains of a wooden snibby here, which are the major ones. And we have a couple of smaller ones upriver, but they're not really providing any risk at the moment of flooding because they're only small vessels. So at the moment we're concentrating now until the end of the month on these vessels, because the end of the month we have lamprey, which are eels swimming. And we have to be out of the watercourse by the end of the month. The problem with this section of watercourse is nobody owns it. There's no navigational authority or anything. So anybody who sees a free space or a free piece of land where they can moor a boat, they will just come and moor a boat. They tend to be more older boats in poor condition, hence that over time they get left for long periods of time and eventually sink.
Plans for a new housing development in Lincoln have been revealed. 36 1- and 2-bedroomed apartments have been built for the over 55s near Bolton Park, which will be known as Home Grange. The development will be located in an area which has good links to the city centre and local amenities. It's a £6 million scheme. The programme is being developed by Keystone Developments and Gusto Construction and will be completed by February. Patients across the East Riding are being encouraged to improve their well-being and lead healthy lifestyles. It's part of East Riding of Yorkshire Clinical Commissioning Group's vision to prevent ill health and promote healthy behaviours in the region. The CCG are introducing a health and wellbeing programme for smokers and people with a BMI of 35 or over to tackle smoking and obesity. The 6-month scheme starts from the 16th of October. Next this afternoon, a higher education provider is working to deliver a national programme. North Lindsey College in Scunthorpe will deliver the National Collaborative Outreach Programme. It's a £4 million project funded by the Higher Education Funding Council for England. It will see a range of activities targeted at school pupils in years 9 to 13. Caroline Fielder-Shettle, project coordinator for the programme, says the programme aims to raise aspirations in school pupils and propel them to higher education.
Here at the University Centre, we've been charged with organising programmes to be delivered into schools for years 9 to 13 from disadvantaged backgrounds in Scunthorpe. It's a government initiative. It's all to do with participation and to encourage the younger students into looking into higher education. What's happened here, and our take on it at the University Centre here, is that the programmes that we look at producing are first of all fun. It has to be fun. The programmes are designed and based around what the students have already requested. So we've been into schools, we've spoken with the students, we've engaged with them, taken their ideas, and then set about producing programmes to fit that, which obviously will mean that we have the motivation there from the students in the first place. So we do have some really exciting programmes, and it's something that they wouldn't ordinarily have access to because of barriers such as funding, time, etc.
There will be a live Facebook broadcast tonight regarding the future of Louth's cattle market. Leader of East Lindsey District Council, Councillor Craig Leyland, and Councillor Adam Grist will give their initial views following a public consultation. It comes after the cattle market, which has been a cornerstone of the town since the 16th century, is part of a legal obligation for the council to provide it. A number of options are now being considered for its future. Councillor Leyland says the potential cost for replacing the cattle market is in the millions when he spoke to us in July.
As a local council, we're charged with managing local assets and spending public money, and that is a big responsibility. The potential replacement cost of a cattle market is between £4 and £5 million. The renovation is significant cost if we took into account all the work that potentially could be done here. So public money being spent is an important issue.
Grimsby Police Station is 60 years old today. It was then the County Borough of Grimsby's police headquarters and was officially opened by the Home Secretary of the time, Richard Rab Butler. A cake has been cut to mark the anniversary by officers alongside retired PC Len Rayner, who worked at the station as a young officer when it first opened. Now there's a new craze sweeping through Beverly. It's capturing the imagination of children and adults alike. To tell me more, I'm delighted to welcome my first guest this evening, Sally McIntosh. Good evening, Sally. Welcome to the programme. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. The project you're involved with, what you're spearheading and have set up is Beverly Rocks.
That's right.
Tell me where that idea came from, first of all.
Well, the idea came from the US. I was home visiting my family in Florida, in North Florida in June, and I was out walking with my sister and I found a little painted rock. And I picked it up and it had the word dance across it. And I thought it was so lovely. And I turned it over and it said where to post it on Facebook and that I could keep it or re-hide it. And so I looked at their Facebook page and I decided just then and there, as soon as I came back, I was going to start my own group. And so just a little bit easy to explain it is I've made you a rock.
Thank you, Sally. I'll hold this up to the camera so our viewers can see.
Yes.
So tell me what the step-by-step guide
is. It is rock painting for dummies. It's a really simple concept. You get a rock and you paint it. You hide it and then you wait for somebody to find it and post it on Facebook. So it's a really simple concept.
Very simple concept and some very creative works of art what have been discovered in the Beverly area. If I just pick one of these up, Sally,
yes.
Let's go for this one here.
Right.
Just tell me the story behind this rock.
Yeah, this is one of the first. The girl who painted this is her name is Naomi Dalby, and she was one of the first kind of taker-uppers of Beverly Rocks, and she is a local artist, although is a mummy, has been raising her children, and she started painting for us, and she's profoundly deaf, so this has been a really great outlet for her art. You know, it's something that she can do.
Okay. Yeah. So as well as the rocks what are created, there is a real life story behind these works of art.
Every single rock that we have, and we have discovered an amazing array of artists in Yorkshire. There are some renowned ones. We have Claire West, who's painted rocks for us now for a raffle that we're having, and Neil Helyard. And Neil's work is just phenomenal, and he's in a lot of galleries. And this rock. Let me give you that one. That is one of his rocks, lovely. And it is astounding. And that he's done this for our raffle, and we're holding this raffle for a local girl who has Batten's disease, and it's a life-limiting illness. And she's 4 years old now, and the family just found out about Batten's at the beginning of August. So she's only just recently being diagnosed, and there's a lot of expenses that go along with this disease. She's going to need specialty wheelchairs, and she's going to lose her sight. So she needs some stimulants and things that can help her in that area. They'll need a hoist to lift her onto her bed. And so the family's been hit with a lot of expenses, upcoming expenses. And so we're having this raffle to raffle off some rocks so that we can help the family raise some money for those expenses.
Excellent, Sally. A very worthy cause. When is the raffle going to be taking place?
We're kicking off. Beverly Council has been fantastic, and they've given us a stand at the Beverly Food Fair, which is on the 1st of October. And we're kicking off the raffle, selling raffle tickets on that day, as well as we're selling starter kits, rock painting starter kits for Halloween and for Christmas, which would be great gifts. Yes. And also on the day, then we're going to have an online raffle as well, because we know a lot of people won't be able to make it to the food fair, so that we'll sell raffle tickets online as well. Okay. And the raffle tickets will be £5 each, and we're going to have about 50 rocks to raffle off. So there's a really good chance that somebody will get a... Yeah.
Sally, very quickly, can you just tell me how this concept works? So when someone discovers the rock, what's the next part of the chain?
Well, on the back of the rock, it'll tell you when you find a rock, it'll tell you exactly what to do. On this back of this rock, it says, "You found me," and it says, "Please post a photo on Facebook, Beverly Rocks Facebook page," and then it says, "Keep or rehide." So you have the option to keep the rock or rehide it.
Okay, fantastic. So the Facebook page where people can find out more information is simply Beverly Rocks.
Beverly Rocks.
Which I believe, staggering figure, has 22,799 members signed up. Phenomenal.
Isn't that amazing?
Phenomenal. In such a relatively short
in a
space
month and a half. It's just been crazy. There are days we're going, there's 1,000 new members today. There's 1,000 new members today.
Sally, I must cut you short there. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much, Luke.
And all the best with the rest of the project.
Thank
you very
you.
much. It's time for a quick break now, but still to come tonight, we'll be talking about Fingley's Secret Kingdom and all the latest sports news. Welcome back. You're watching Estuary News. Still to come tonight, all the latest sports news with Dan, and I'll be talking to Estuary and Nixie about Fingley's Magic Kingdom. Dong Energy have signed a deal with a helicopter company to provide aviation services for the offshore wind farm project in East Yorkshire. The 6-year partnership with CHC Helicopter will see the company transport workers and equipment during the construction and operational phases as part of Hornsea Project 1. It will be the biggest wind farm in the world, capable of supplying clean electricity to over 1 million homes. Bus users in Scunthorpe are being asked to share their views on the bus network. It's part of North Lincolnshire Council's review of the town's buses to help shape their future. The feedback will help the council determine whether the current network takes people where they need to travel and if it meets their needs. The consultation runs from today until the 1st of November. East Riding Council have won an award for their work in promoting animal welfare. The council's dog warden team are the recipients of the RSPCA Gold Community Animal Welfare Footprint Award. The award relates to the handling and care of stray dogs, as well as more long-term issues such as supporting neutering and microchipping. The RSPCA scheme is the only award scheme of its kind across England and Wales, recognising good practice from local authorities. Local poets will be popping up across Lincolnshire next week. It's part of National Poetry Day, which takes place on the 28th of September. Live readings are taking place at a number of libraries, including Waltham, Cleethorpes and Grimsby. Poets including Maria Garner, Rob Etty and Josie Moon will be giving readings from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. and all performances are free. A new children's book has been released by Daisy Morgan. To tell me more, I'm delighted to welcome my second guest tonight, Estuary and Nixie. Good evening, girls. Welcome to the programme.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming in. Looking very colourful in your outfits.
Thank you very much.
The book which we have here has just been released, as I said there, by your colleague Daisy Morgan. Tell me, first of all, about the book.
Well, the book is a prequel to our Magical World of Fingley series that we have. So it's telling the before story of how the Magical World of Fingley came to be. You meet so many new characters, and it's all about who Fingley really is. So that's the big question.
Okay. So without giving too much away to the viewers who haven't read the book, are you allowed to say who Fingley is or allude?
Oh, no, it's a big secret.
No, we can't give that secret away. We've got a lot of Fingley fans
that
are ready and waiting. It's only launched last Saturday, so it's still quite new.
because you had a book signing event, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
In Hesel at the Humber Bridge Country Park.
Yes, at
Hotel.
Barton, in the Humber Bridge Country Hotel, at our own Fingley's diner, our own diner, all dedicated and themed the magical world of Fingley and Doddle Bear.
Wonderful. How did the book signing go?
The book signing, it was
Really
brilliant.
well.
Yeah, all of our Fingley fans, folk, all followers, and came to the party, got the book signed, and yeah, had a great time.
It looks like it's become quite a popular series. Are there a lot of Fingley fans out there now, girls?
We are getting a really loyal fan base.
Yes,
we're getting the same people following us, coming to our events, and
different
they're really-
workshops, all from the local schools. We'd love to go into more local schools, deliver our workshops that we've developed, all about creative reading and writing, getting as many children as we possibly can encouraged into the stories.
Okay. Why is it important for children to have good reading and obviously display good creative writing skills as well, do you think?
Oh, it's extremely important. I mean, especially in this day and age, it's always been great to have good skills in reading and writing, but especially with the technology that's out today, I know you hear it a lot and it's quite cliche, but it's so true. Children really need to get back to the traditional reading and writing and firing their imagination.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what we love. That's why we're Estuary and Nixie, and we love developing the workshops with schools.
Have you found that, being part of this magical world of Fingley, that children have really engaged with reading?
They really have. I think we feel that it's really encouraged them into more traditional stories, definitely.
We get told a lot. The feedback we've had from schools and everywhere that we've been so far at different festivals has been that it's really helped and encouraged and inspired children. Daisy's main reason for doing this is giving children a voice. Doddle, the book series who it's based on, his name means doing ordinary deeds lovingly, and that's why we're here today. That's why the magical world of Fingley exists. It's an eco-sustainable world, so children are also subtly introduced to ecology and sustainability in a really fun, magical way through time tunnels and pixies and ogres and witches. So,
because if I go back to my youth, I loved all that kind of thing. So
Yes,
children,
exactly.
it's really engaging for children that they can hook into those themes and characters.
yes, definitely.
Why then, girls, do you think it's important to highlight those issues like you just said there, like the eco world and?
I mean, again, in today's world, it's so vital for children to understand where their food comes from, to plant vegetables in their garden. To really be in key with where their water comes from and how recycling can help. Like I say, we do it in such a subtle way. So we have fun places to visit in the magical world of Fingley, including the filter critter. The magical world of Fingley, their water is filtered through reed beds, and it goes in dirt and it comes out fantastically clean. So children just get to learn about different issues and wind turbines at Windy Ridge. So yeah, just in a fun way to make it engaging for them.
And it sounds like there's some quite topical issues what are explored in these books as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, kindness is a key theme throughout them all. All of the book series, including the new book, Fingley's Secret Kingdom. How to be friendly with one another, how to be caring, how to be responsible. Daisy's really given children a voice in these books, and it shines through.
Excellent. The book is here, beautifully illustrated front and back cover, may I say. Where can people obtain copies of this book?
Great. So people can now purchase them in Waterstones, Amazon, online. They can contact ourselves direct at fingley.com. We have stockists all around the UK, including locally Pennells in Cleethorpes and Lincoln, downtown Aldridge in Grantham, and a few other places across the bridge, including our own shop, Fingley's Diner, at the Humber Bridge Country Hotel in Barton.
Excellent. So lots of places.
Yes, lots of places.
Very quickly, guys, I know the book's only just hot off the press, but how are sales going so far?
Really well. We're great with the response. Like I say, we've got our Fingley fans now, and they've been waiting for this next book with all the secrets that it has to reveal. So,
wonderful. Well worth the read, even if you're not a child.
Even if you're not a child, we have loads of grandparents and parents that love reading them.
Wonderful. Girls, thank you very much, Steve, for coming in this Wednesday evening.
Thank you for having us.
Now here's Dan with all the sport.
We'll start with the news that Hull FC coach Lee Radford has made just one change to his 19-man squad for their season-defining game at Castleford on Friday. The Black and Whites must beat the league leaders to guarantee their place in the top four. Otherwise, they'll need other results to help them out. Jordan Thompson has been dropped for Chris Green's return as the only alteration. Green has been out since the Challenge Cup final due to appendicitis. Winger Fatuli Talanoa missed last week's win over Wakefield due to an elbow injury picked up last month, but he's expected to feature at Cass. The former South Sydney Rabbitohs player believes his recovery is down to his hard work. Elsewhere, Hull Kingston Rovers prop Nick Scruton is confident the Robins can shake up the Super League on their return to the competition next season. Scruton believes the Robins are only a few touches away from quality and is confident they can do well next term. Football now, and former Grimsby town boss Marcus Bignett has made his return to management today. He's been named as the new boss of National League side Chester FC. Bignett spent 5 months at the helm of the Mariners last season, but was sacked towards the back end of the season to be replaced by Russell Slade. Meanwhile, tickets for Town's derby match against Lincoln on the 30th of September have gone on general sale. The Imps allocation of 1,800 tickets have already sold out. And you'll be able to hear from the town boss ahead of this Saturday's game at Newport County in tomorrow's show. And in rugby union news, Scunthorpe Rugby Club welcome Newport in their Midlands Premier clash on Saturday. It follows their previous run-out away at Bourneville, in which they suffered a 38 points to 12 loss. Scunthorpe currently sit 10th in the league after just 3 games. And that's all for the sport.
Thanks very much, Dan. That's just about it for today. Thank you to my great guests today for talking about their projects. If you have a news story, then please visit our Facebook or Twitter pages or email news@estuary.tv. You can also phone our news desk, which is a Grimsby number 01472 31553, or write to us at the usual address with any interesting news stories you have. As always, we look forward to hearing from you. On tomorrow's programme, Hugh returns from his summer break. I'll see you very soon. From all of us on the team, have a great Wednesday evening.